Welcome to the Body Shop Physical Therapy. I'm going to go over the Egoscue Method to address chronic ankle pain. This can include things such as achilles tendonitis, peroneal tendonitis, or shin splints. There can also be other chronic ankle problems that will not subside, and these exercises may be of benefit to you. Please consult your medical doctor or physical therapist for the appropriateness of exercises for you. These are generally good postural exercises that can benefit almost anybody that has ankle problems. So to begin, I'm going to speak a word of life from Psalm 36:11. May the foot of the proud not come against me, nor the hand of the wicked drive me away. So this is going to be an exercise menu to address chronic ankle pain. The first one is going to be standing arm circles. So this method is to address postural alignment, and this is going to work on the posture all the way from the upper body into the feet to the lower body. So for arm circles, this is standing arm circles. I first want to make a golfer's grip, but what I'm going to do is my thumb is going to be extended, and so you can see my hand. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to curl my fingers, and my thumb is going to be extended out. So I'm going to hold my fingers flexed, but my first knuckle is going to be straight extended, and the fingers are going to be curled. So this is my golfer's grip. So in a standing position, I want my toes facing forward. I want my shoulders to be square, hips to be square, so I want to keep things centered. And I want to squeeze my shoulder blades slightly together, bringing my arms up. My thumbs are going to be pointing forward. And follow along with me, and I'll take you right through this exercise menu from start to finish. I'm going to do 50 arm circles forward, so you're going to go in the direction of the thumb, and you want to do about a 6-inch radius or a 6-inch circle. And I'm just going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Then I'm going to turn my palm up. My thumb is pointing backwards, squeezing my shoulder blades together. Go in the direction of the thumb, and I'm going to do arm circles backwards. So this is 4, 5, go into 50, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. The next exercise is going to be a sitting heel raise with a block. So I'm going to use a regular chair, and I'm going to use a block. You can use a pillow. I'm going to place it between my knees. You want to sit with a slightly anteverted pelvis, so slight tilt forward in your pelvis so that you get that lumbar curve. You should feel the spine stacked and a slight arch in the low back when you're sitting with that pelvis tilted forward. I'm going to squeeze the block with my knees, And then I'm gonna lift my heels up, but I'm gonna pretend I have an eggshell underneath my toes, and I'm gonna do the lift from my hip flexor. So my hip flexor is going to activate and lift the legs, and my heels are gonna come up, but I'm not pushing with my toe or my feet. I'm lifting from the hip flexor. So I'm sitting in good posture, I'm squeezing the block, and then I'm gonna do 3 sets of 10 lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Again, you want to pretend there's an eggshell underneath your toes and do the lifting from the hip flexor. I do find this difficult to do, so it's something that I need to work on. I'm squeezing the block, I'm keeping my pelvis tilted slightly forward, and I'm gonna lift from my hip flexor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a pause. Breathe. I'm feeling slight activation on my inner thigh to hold the block, and I'm feeling my hip flexors working to lift the legs. My last set of 10. I'm keeping my toe contacted on the floor, just lifting my heels, using my hip flexors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 3 sets of 10. The next exercise is going to be abduction, adduction with narrow and wide foot. And I'm going to do this up against the wall. So you want to find a space where you can get up to the wall and place your toes facing straight up, and you want 3 inches in between your feet to start with. I have a 90 degree bend, 90 degrees in the hip, 90 degrees in the knee. I'm going to bring my palms so they're facing up towards the ceiling, 45 degrees away from my body. I then want to bring my knees in so that they touch, and then I want to bring my knees out, and the bottoms of the feet are going to come off of the wall, but I'm going to keep the sides of the feet against the wall. I'm going to do a set of 10, and then I'm going to bring my feet apart and do a set of 10 with them apart, and then one more set with them in together and then apart. So we'll go through this. So start with your feet 3 inches apart on the wall. Bring the knees in and then out. 1, back in, and then out. 2, bring them in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I want to have 24 inches in between my feet, so I'm going to bring them out wide, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to let the knees fall in. I want my feet to be on the wall, and then as I bring them out, again, the outsides of the feet are going to stay contacted on the wall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Last one, 10. Then I'm going to go back to bringing my feet back into a narrow, 3 inches apart. Bring the knees in and then out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the feet out again. You want them 24 inches apart, so about 2 feet apart. And letting the knees come in, feet are on the wall, edge of the feet stay on the wall, bringing the knees apart. Knees coming in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So those are 2 sets of 10 with abduction, adduction with a narrow and a wide feet. And the next one is going to be static wall. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to find a place up against the wall. The butt's going to be as close to the wall as you can, keeping the legs straight. If you can't keep the legs straight, you want to bring your butt away from the wall until you can get the legs straight. This, I'm going to need a timer. You can do this anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes. So I'm back up against the wall. I want my buttocks as close to the wall as I can get it, but I want to be able to keep the knees straight. Once I have the knees straight, then I'm going to keep keep my toes pulled back towards me and my thighs tight, and I want to hold that position right here. So I'm just going to hold. I want to keep my arms and my palms away from my body, 45 degrees, and my palms up towards the ceiling. And you want to keep your thighs contracted or tight and the knees straight. So the knees stay straight and you're just pulling those toes back towards you and holding this position. While you're here, you can work on your breathing, taking nice deep breaths in, using the diaphragm. That's the muscle at the bottom of the rib cage. You want to breathe in, expanding the ribs, and you'll feel the ribs press against the floor when you're pulling in with the diaphragm. So taking nice deep breaths in and slow exhale. And you'll feel the front of the legs working as you're holding this position. You can feel the shins pulling to hold the legs in that nice neutral position, keeping the toes towards you, and you want to keep the toes straight forward and taking nice deep breaths in and all the way out, keeping the thighs tight, the knees straight. So I want hold those thighs tight, taking a deep breath in. Keeping those thighs tight. It's easy to want to let those thighs go, but you want to hold the quad tight, hold the knee straight. Deep breath in. Less than a minute to go. And you can stay in this position for 2 more minutes, but that completes 3 minutes. That's going to be the low end of time to hold the static wall. So 3 to 5 minutes on that. Then I want to do cats and dogs. So I'm going to go into a quadruped position. Hands are going to be underneath the shoulders, knees are going to be underneath the hip. I'm going to round my back and drop my head. And then I'm going to arch my back and look up. And I'm going to do this 10 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to try to make smooth movements. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. That is cats and dogs. Next, I'm going to do static extension, and to do that, I am going to use an ottoman. So I'm going to use this. You want something that you can comfortably put your knees on. I'm going to do this for 2 minutes. You can do this anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. And I'm going to kneel on the ottoman, then walk my hands down. I want to then, I'm going to go ahead and set my timer. I'm going to shift my hips 6 to 8 inches in front of my knees, and I want to have my shoulders underneath my hands. I'm going to then allow my shoulder blades to drop towards my spine, and I'm going to tilt my butt towards the ceiling and then let my head just hang down, and it should feel good to the spine. So this is going to align the spine, and I'm just going to stay right here and hold this position for 2 minutes. So this is static extension. Again, allow those shoulder blades to sink close to the spine. Let your neck completely relax, and your hips are just shifted slightly in front of the knees. And taking deep breath in, all the way out. Deep breath in, all the way out. If your upper body is, if you're having difficulty holding this long to start with 1 minute and build up to holding it for 2 minutes. Deep breath in, all the way out. Where we are on the timer. Got 15 seconds left, and that's it. Again, letting the head completely relax and the shoulder blades come close to the spine. After the static extension, I want to do cross crawling. So I'm going to lie onto my back and so when I lie on my back, I want my toes facing up towards the ceiling. I'm going to bring my right leg to a 90-90 position. So I'm going to lift this leg up to a 90-90. As I do that, I'm going to bring my opposite arm to the floor with my palm facing down to start with, and then the back of my hand comes down to the floor. So the arm is going to be doing this. My leg is going to go to 90-degree bend in the knee and the hip. And I'm doing opposite leg, opposite arm. We're going to do 10 on one side, 10 on the other, and then 2 sets of 10, so another set each side. So this is 1, bring it back down, 2, back down, 3, back down, 4, back down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the legs that's staying down onto the ground, make sure that the toe is not going out or in. It's staying pointed up towards the ceiling. Switching sides, so I'm going to bring my right arm and my left leg up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and keep that 90-degree bend. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching, keeping that dorsiflexion so that also those toes pointing up. 2, and straight up towards the ceiling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching, right arm, left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Staying in this position, toes stay facing up towards the ceiling. I'm then going to bring my hip and knee 90-degree bend, both, and I'm going to take that right ankle. I'm going to keep my left, my toes still facing up towards the ceiling, and then my right, I want to keep my nice neutral foot on the leg that's extended, and then I'm going to do circles 20 counterclockwise, 20 clockwise, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then switch the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then I'm going to just point my toe and then flex it. So I'm going to go back and forth 20 times. 2, 3, up, 4, up, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that is my right leg. Toes stay up facing the ceiling on the right leg, and then I'm going to draw my left leg into that 90-90 position. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go clockwise and counterclockwise, 20 each. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, switching, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then keeping my straight leg, the toes facing up, then I'm going to point and flex this left leg. 1, point, 2, 3, 4, going to 20, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So that completes a menu of 8 exercises to address chronic ankle pain. I hope this is of help and have a blessed day. Thank you.